Good morning and welcome to Rising. We've got another great show for you today. I was just educating Lindsay on the different housing options available to her in the District of Columbia.
I don't know why it's such a big, like I think I'm putting too much on the decision. Like it could be a 1 year thing or it could be a 2 year thing. But I'm like,
you can do anything for a year.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm stressing it out too much. I just gotta make a decision.
Yeah.
So I will shortly. Coming up on Rising, J.B. Pritzker is slamming the Trump administration, saying that they plan to deploy troops to Chicago.
Plus, ICE arrested a superintendent after they found out that he's an illegal immigrant.
And I'll be talking about how while the Democratic Party's donor class seems frustrated, they are still rallying around one common cause. And guess what that is? Fighting against President Trump. But first, Robby, what is on your radar?
I'm also talking about the Democrats fighting President Trump. Well, Democrats are, of course, furious over how the Trump administration is treating private companies and demanding compliance and even censorship. And the Democrats are vowing that when and if they're returned to power, they will treat private companies exactly the same way. Seriously, that's the plan. Punish anybody and everybody who went along with the Trump administration, made some decision that was in line with what Trump wanted, or made programming decisions that catered to the preferences of MAGA. Don't take my word for it. Here was what Democratic Representative Eric Swalwell had to say the other day as he vowed to vindictively investigate or even sanction Trump complicit companies and individuals.
Well, first, we are making it clear that we're going into the majority a year from now. We have every intention to do that, and so we will bring oversight, accountability. We will subpoena the Department of Justice, but also private actors who have done these drug deals with the administration, college campuses, entertainment companies, law firms. And so accountability is coming. And so, one, it's all coming out. Two, I hope that deters people from doing more of these deals, these one-offs with the president.
So the beatings will continue until morale improves. That's basically the Democrats' message. Don't do what Trump wants or we'll hurt you. Now, Swalwell is clearly referencing a couple different things. Universities agreeing to abide by certain education department policies, media companies ridding themselves of liberal, unfunny late-night hosts, law firms deciding not to do battle with Trump, and so on. I certainly don't agree with all of the decisions that these institutions have made, but they have the right to make them, and they have the right to react to incentives. Do I think the federal government should pressure these companies to behave a certain way? Well, of course not. I've said so. I've criticized Trump for being too heavy-handed when it came to the universities, to Kimmel, and on other issues. Just as I criticized Biden for exhorting social media companies to censor more content. What it sounds like, what Swalwell is conceding, is that the Democrats have no principled opposition to what Trump is doing whatsoever. They just don't like Trump. It's not a very good sales pitch. Imagine if Democrats were reacting to this mostly by saying, hey, you tech CEO, hey, you media company, hey, you law firm, school, or television host, when we're in charge, we're going to leave you alone. We'll let you do right by your customers and prosper as a firm, as a business, as an institution. That, I think, would be an enticing proposal. Maybe it would tempt more private sector leaders into supporting Democrats. But it ain't going to happen because Democrats are ideologically committed to the idea that they should use jawboning and antitrust and punitive regulation to destroy companies that get in their way, support policies they don't like, cause nebulous and ill-defined consumer harms as determined by the likes of Elizabeth Warren and Lena Khan, or are just plain too successful. Trump, on the other hand, is merely selectively opposed to firms that are mean to him. His opposition is not ideological whatsoever. It's personal, deeply personal. That's still not great, to be clear, but firms have figured out that they can work with it. Don't go too hard against Trump, and you're going to get left alone. Meanwhile, even if your company bends over backwards to appease the Democrats, there will still be committed progressives, even socialists within the party, who are determined to destroy you. Zohran Mamdani, anyone? Swalwell isn't even particularly progressive. He's just another liberal Democrat, and even he is dying to investigate companies and schools that went along with Trump. You can bet the hard left is salivating over the prospect of doing even more. Long story short, this is exactly why the business community is going to remain safely in Republican hands. I'm sorry. I'm sure that nobody at ABC or CBS or wherever else likes getting yelled at by Trump, but they likely know that the alternative is much, much worse for their businesses.
I'm so sad. I want to cry.
Oh.
I'm really, because
I need a
Kleenex.
tissue? Yeah.
Because hold on.
Yeah, there we
But
go.
listen, I don't understand how you're reading that, and you're saying, of course, I don't like it. It's bad, but bow down to Trump or he won't work with you. They learn how to work with that strategy. That's an embarrassing strategy. That's not a good strategy that we want our president to be using. Strong arming folks and play nice with me.
Democrats are going to strong arm them
because
anyway.
it's a personal vendetta. Democrats are trying to put government oversight in places where they're trying to oversee and do what the government is tasked to do. Trump is having a political vendetta against people that he doesn't like personally and saying, do what I want, otherwise I'll sue you and put it in my presidential library. Now, at the same time, I think that most Americans, because we probably would agree here, feel like Congress is, and the president and everybody are just doing too much with the back and forth. I think America as a whole is exhausted by the constant, like, you do this, I do this, like, no one's ever gonna end it. You've mentioned many examples of Democrats doing things that to me felt like an overreach. I've mentioned many examples of Trump doing things and his administration doing things. But I think when you put Harvard University, Columbia University, CBS and Paramount into a corner, I can't criticize them for the decisions that they made when they want to continue to move forward with business.
Democrats want to investigate them.
Yeah, but
they want to haul them before
Congress. That's why I'm
Congress.
saying I don't agree with what Swalwell's saying to continue to move down that rabbit hole, but I understand the need for oversight because it's like, well, if you made this deal with Trump, what does it look like as the administration changes or when the next Republican comes in? Like, what have you said off the record or off camera? Like, we know that the Columbia deal, for example, was $200 million and a bunch of other things written in there about what they will do. But what else did you tell him? Or what behind the scenes? Because you said it's personal. So I think that should make any government official concerned to say, well, this is personal and about what Trump wants to be done rather than the good for the American people, which I hope when Democrats are doing investigations are to come up with information to find what American people are looking for.
The Democrats think that they know what's
something
good
totally
for the American
different.
people, which is
But Trump's not even pretending to try to know, look what's good with the American people.
Okay, I'm the CEO of Robby Corp. We are a alternate media platform. We make videos or something. We've been very successful.
Okay.
Now we could if we have to deal with Trump, then we know that he got mad at us over something, but we've kind of fixed that relationship. We know not to make him mad anymore, and we had to give like $10 million to his inaugural fund or something. That's the one outcome. The other is the Democrats.
That's like bribery.
Let me finish. It's not personal, but they want to break Robby Corp. Robby Corp has been too successful. They want to break Robby Corp up into many smaller companies. They want to change Robby Corp's liability protection so that it's more easy to sue us. They think Robby Corp is too bad for children or whatever, and so they're going to make us have a digital ID to sign into Robby Corp. I
like some of those first parts of your statement.
They want to regulate and tax Robby Corp much more heavily. It's just like, forget it. We're going to support Trump. I'm going to give $20 million to the inaugural fund. Can't have Democrats in charge. And it's for the American people's own good. The American people love Robby Corp. They use it at very high numbers. They get information.
Okay,
there's this nice program called Rising on it. That's the situation.
In an ideal world, public interest.
Robby Corp is going MAGA for this reason.
In an ideal world, public interest should spark oversight. It shouldn't be revenge that's sparking oversight.
Democrats get to decide what public interest is?
But if they hear their constituents, that's the best thing to me. If people at home are saying, hey, I have kids that are on the Robby Corp app and it's deteriorating their mental wellness. They've been sadder. They've been more depressed. They've been having conversations that I'm not
I'd like to
comfortable
see
with.
some statistical evidence of that.
That people on social media... Okay, you're saying, I'm saying these have been complaints from parents about social media, and then you're like, keep your kid off of it, right? It's easy to say they go to school and have access to these things.
Well,
Keep them out of school and homeschool them?
No. The schools.
Keep apps out of school.
Phones out of school.
So you want to make everybody else be responsible, except for the companies that are making addictive software and things that parents are. It's very addictive. There are several studies about how addictive social media has become, with even the creating this feeling of euphoria when you see somebody like something. Like, it was intentional, and then the alerts that you get. Now you can turn them all off, but there's been therapists and people that have researched how social media affects our brain.
About TV and video games and the radio and every communication innovation in the history of mankind, and it's all proven to be nonsense. So I remain skeptical on that front.
Fine. Up next, Benjamin Netanyahu is apologizing for an Israeli airstrike in the capital of Qatar. Why his apology could be the first step towards building a peace deal with Hamas.